Okay, hello? Hello, alright, so let's take a look. The Daredevil Gambit, Spider-Man. We're gonna go to ranked matches for you quickly because it's much easier to see what you do when you play on your own. Because if you can't, win on your own, then it's gonna be hard for you to even win this team. Um, Purple's up forward. Okay. Let's Alright, let's start here. I think this will be a good one to lack. I mean, good one to watch. I'm noticing you guys went triple support this game, and there's nothing inherently wrong with triple support. I want to say this to you. You start out on 2 Yeah, okay. There's nothing inherently wrong with triple support, but
This is one party I'm glad I didn't sleep through.
you need to know how to use it to your advantage. I can say I don't know much about Blade though, but what I do know about Blade is you're gonna be on the likes of Emma, Groot, where you're gonna be really, really front line. So one thing you have to consider is I believe it's at 30 seconds where you can see your enemy team by pressing key tab. You accounting that there's a flyer, there's dive, and there's well, let's start here. We're gonna say dive, dive. So they're a hybrid dive comp. Anytime where a team's half split, it's like brawl dive, brawl poke, poke dive. You can see poke dive combos the most often just because they're usually the best. Or full dive or full poke or whatever. But they're a hybrid dive comp, and then you see Fruit and Torch, which those two don't really work together. Torch and Invis work well together, but you can't do much to counter that. Torch and DPS are the ones designed to do that, so we're gonna see how you do here.
Look, our next victim.
One major thing right here is when you're walking up here, like you see no one here, so you should already be checking the sides. Oh, thanks, rivals. If you're not seeing anyone to the left of you, you should immediately be checking this right side. You should be checking it a lot earlier. And you're standing out in the open here, like the entire time. You're not picking any way to reduce your damage. Like, this will go for any character. So, look, you walk out here, and you're not even considering hiding behind any. If my pen would like to work. There we go. So let's go like right here. If you're Blade and you're poking, you're probably gonna well up here before going into the middle, assuming they just went mid. If you're not, then what you just did is you just jumped over and then kind of just standing here in this middle area where you can just be shot from everywhere. I'll use a different color here, but if this is where you're walking and you're ending up about right here, just as you do, you can be shot from the side where Cap's from. You can be shot from down here where the heals are from, where the hell might be, or you can be shot from up top of like a Phoenix or someone in the backline. You need to be aware that you need to play more cover, regardless of if you're poke, brawl, or dive. Uh, because here you just see this, you start shooting, and if like the Horde was back there, they would have just gotten free hits on you. But you just go in here, and this is really bad because look at where your tanks are. Well, I guess Emma's right there, but it's hard for you to get any value
Good medicine.
when your tanks haven't really moved up with you. You see, they're both behind you here. You're not meant to take this much attention, this much damage as a DPS. If Human Torch was looking at you here, you would be dead. If this guy was on a poke character or even another brawl character, you would be dead because they just look at you and instantly kill you. And you wouldn't be able to get out here. This by itself was a very bad play because you're not playing off your tanks. Of course, not every time you need your tanks, but like when you're initially starting, you have to work with them because your tanks are going to be the reason you don't take any damage. But you've taken so much damage, now you have no cooldowns, and so you can't follow up on anything else. Now, you saw they had Captain America earlier, but you didn't follow up with him or really call him out. And now he's just in your backline killing everything. And now you're gonna die for it as well. When you see Captain America or Iron Fist, characters like that, you need to restrain yourself from immediately going in because they're gonna go for your backline. And they kill them here. That's something you just have to know. And you lost a team fight for that. Obviously not a few alone, but something you have to realize. Good. You're waiting for your team to come back. But yeah. Alright, good. You don't have to break these walls when they're so far backed up. Like, the rest of your team's already pushing past them. And you're just still here, focused on them, when the crew's all the way back there and these walls are likely not going to do anything. And, more importantly, about all that, you're up one. When you get a kill, you need to start pushing. This is now a 5v6, and you're robbing your team of that advantage by putting them back in the 5v5 because you're not there. In this case, your Emma did something. And this is another thing. Your hero pool doesn't really have anyone who can deal with flyers. Like you play Punisher a little bit, but in times like this, in times of ranked, if you're gonna have to deal with a flyer, you you're gonna have Cyclops when he comes out, yeah, but like you need to account for your weaknesses. It's not as much a thing of help. It's of course it's a thing of helping your team because you want to do well, but it's also you're gonna have more fun if you can just have options into more situations. You're not gonna have fun if you're just gonna be like, oh, I don't want to learn any of this category of characters because then you end up in situations where if you had even one of those category of characters, it would help. I'm not. I really don't care who you learn. Just learn someone to help you with flyer situations. Whether that's Punisher, Cyclops. We'll see how Cyclops does into it. But just make sure you learn one of them. Okay. If you're gonna use a cooldown, be aware like why you're using it, because it didn't seem much of a reason to do so here. And more.
Snack time already?
You captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Slice and dice.
I'm trying to help.
I will say this is more of a Blade thing, but it's going to be hard for Blade to kill Captain America. You don't have the most damage to get him off in the time that it takes to, kill one of your supports. So that's something to be aware of. And this happened again. You pushed him by yourself with no tanks
I'm trying to help.
and died for it this time. Like, it's never good to be this far in front of your tanks. If you're, even if you're able to get away, your support you do have to dedicate a lot of attention to you to make sure you live. Then, if they use their abilities to cool down on you, they don't have the ability to kill the big HP targets. What you do impacts the rest of your team. And of course, it's just like, oh, if I live or die, but like, even dragging attention away, even doing something like this, you're taking away your team's resources to deal with other situations. You want to minimize the resources you take while also maximizing the amount you do. And right now, you're taking a lot of resources. And you got that one for one trade there. But how much harder do you have to work to get this kill than they had to do when they had White Fox, they had Invis, and they had Groot right there? The trade wasn't very worth it. And look, you're constantly trading one for one. If you waited a little bit longer, played a little bit more carefully, this Iron Fist would have died on his own, and then you're up up one with basically no downsides. It's really, really hard for you guys to lose that.
The stakes just got raised. The stake.
I think you guys win. Oh, no, you don't. Again, so this is going back to earlier with cover. Like, right here, playing around this stuff is fine, but then you just walk out and you're getting shot by Torch. And you don't need to be. You have cover right here, then cover behind this wall, all three to play with. And of course your character needs to get close, but you shouldn't be just standing in the open doing that. Because now you have to back up retreat, and you're just leaving Cap on point by himself. it's a big cascading effect of things. And let's look at the scoreboard. Human Torch has only died. Of course, most of humans only died once, but you have to be aware. It's just like he's kind of getting to exist for free. Are you really
Keep fighting
doing
till we
much as
conquer.
Blade to help your team win? This isn't a question of if Blade is good or bad. This is a question of can you physically do enough on Blade to let your team win? If you can, then stay Blade, but like if you're not able to follow up on the high mobility characters of Captain America, of Iron Fist, or the Flyer of Human Torch, then you need to swap. I'm not going to tell you right now if it's enough because obviously team game a lot of things could happen. Your teammates could have swapped, but like if they're not swapping, you have to beat them to make that adjustment. So okay, yeah, you make the puncher swap. That's
Anything
good.
that increases my firepower, I like.
Puncher's gonna be puncher is a good character to swap for a lot of situations. So no complaints. Um, on this map in particular, you never really want to fight for this midsection. It's a fake fight because even if you win this, what do you really get off this? You can kind of just push here, but then they just push back. What you want to do is you want to immediately try and fight for this center region because that's where you're actually gonna, you know, get everything. For a character like Punisher, it would be really good to come on this top section because you just have a way to easily look down to the back line, look across, or look down on everyone in here. And you're pretty squishy. You're not made for close line combat, even if you have shotgun. And people act like that's an insane option, and sometimes it's really good. But you need to be aware that you're not a close range character. You're never meant to be. So you don't want people getting close to you. All right, so you see this. You have to turn for this. You what? Okay, this team comps are really bad, but who else just took on you? Yeah, you turning for that? That's good.
You needed some help. Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Your invis is flying this really bad. You should not be this far up. But of course, it's your job to try and help make it work. She died on her own accord. That's not really your fault. If you have your mic on, you should be telling your cloak and dagger that they should be ulting this because this was a very winnable team fight. I feel like, or you could have made a lot more resources out, or they could just will use everything on their own. At this point, a team fight's lost when you lose two members of your team, just in general. When your invis died and then your thing died, you back up immediately. When two people lose a team fight, when two people die in a team fight, that's lost. Or if you kill two people in the enemy team in the team fight, that's a win. Like at that point, they do not have the resources to keep that even in any way possible. So either hard push when you know they are down two, or hard retreat and back up. In this case, you want to kite backwards to your spawn to get back to your invis. But you guys shouldn't be on 1, 2, 3 anyways, because that's a really, really bad comp. And even and one thing you have to be aware of is even here, you're not really playing cover. Cover isn't just so you take less damage. It makes it you have to work a lot harder. You get a lot more reward for a lot less work if you're playing cover because now you have to dodge and weave this cruise attacks, maybe dodge and weave like the human torch attack if they were focused on you or whatever. But if you're on cover, like most of the time they just can't hit you and you get to hit for free. It makes it a lot less work on you, so you don't have to do as much work. You want to minimize the amount of work you're doing in this game. Ooh. Alright, nice. There's a wall behind you. You don't always have to destroy that wall, you can just move away from it. Obviously try and destroy the rest of your team, but like when you're right on it, just move away first. Now your Jeff is ulting. Nice. This okay. This is a really big target priority moment. Who is the bigger priority between their invis and their human torch? Because you saw both of them there. I assume this invis dies, but if she doesn't, that's very bad for your team. The answer is you need to kill this invis first. The healers are, by and large, what keep the enemy team alive. If you don't kill them, team fights become much harder. They get their subordinates back they saw, and everything goes to shit. So, you need to focus these healers when you get a chance, rather than the human torch. Yeah, she dies here, that's it. Obviously, there are times like that fire priority changes, but it's really important to just have that as a general rule. Okay. In these situations, you should have spots you want to set up initially. Whether that's Punisher, whether that's Blade, whether that's Iron Fist, Spider-Man. Having spots you know you want to be at is very good because here it just looks like you were, I don't know if you were thinking something in particular during this, but it looks like you just were unsure for a bit what to do there. And while turret's fine, you want to like know where turret's going to be, and especially what's a big problem with this turret. It might not be obvious, but give yourself a second to think about it. All right, I'm going to show you. When the enemy team comes back, most of the time they're pushing through here, which is blocked by the dragon. So you can't see the enemy team push up and help them in this team fight at all. If they come from below, like down here, you can't see them either. You can really only see them when they get like right here. And if they come from teleporter above, you can like kind of see in here, but like once it gets really back here, yeah, you can kind of see over here, but like you're not in a really good position to see any of the three spots these people are usually coming from. And, you know, if you get dived, you're by yourself. Like this. You lucked out in this situation that somehow they're this side, but I'm I can show you Punisher spots or poke spots in general. It doesn't really have to be Punisher specific because a lot of the characters play the same. But like
I've got your back.
be aware of the physical location you're playing. You wanna in situations like this, you don't wanna just defend the point. This is a really big problem with people just at the rank you're at. You wanna be holding forward, like right here. You need to tell your tank, hey, I wanna stop them from getting to points. Can we hold this corner? This is a really good corner. If they're going to go this way, you can adjust and come back here. But of course, if they go and rotate this side, then you can come back and then probably play like something right here with your tank, and then you play backwards like right here or over here or something. But you need to not just let them walk up for free. Because
I'm an easy target.
if they do that, then it's so much harder to win fights.
Bogey's incoming.
Again, you're just standing out in the open. If they looked at you, you're dead. Type of method. I'll play a few games of like Phoenix.
Your team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
Also,
Judge, jury,
okay, yeah, this is a really good old spawn.
executioner. Lights up.
Nice. You kind of committed too hard there. When there's about 2 seconds left in ult, you should be backing up. You should not be pushing forward because you do not have to kill time with about 2 seconds left. I don't know why it left there with like 6 seconds left, but you are kind of the snowball effect there. If you backed up, I remember how I said if the enemy team has 2 dead, you guarantee to win. You are the sole reason they have a fighting chance here because you died in this situation. Hopefully your team wins that, but yeah, they do. But if they start to snowball and lose because of that, that would be on you entirely. Because you made a really bad push. Because you're even easy to go.
Need some raised firepower.
I just say this is a really good comp for basically any pro character because these 3 get hit eaten by you, so this is your moment to just hard pop them out. Good target part. Can you not aim lower than that? That's really bad. Okay.
Supernova!
But again, this is one of the problems with playing this spot. He just died. And your healers are, well, just died, but like, your healers are focused on point, not really able to help you. It's why I really don't like this spot. There's just way too many things that can go wrong here. Most of the time you just want to play solidly with your team. So you guys lose their team play 100%. And then, okay. This is, at this point, the enemy's going to recognize you're coming up to this spot by yourself. You come up here 3 times. So if the enemy's smart, they're going to recognize that and they're probably going to kill you every time. Even though this should be one of the best matchups in the game for Punisher, it's really losable if they start to read your habits, which is why you want to be unpredictable and play really safe. So even if they can read you, you're able to get away, able to survive, able to still do something for your team. But you're pushed up when 3 other people on your team are dead by yourself in this spot that like you've constantly gone to.
Battlefield ready again.
You're really lucky that they didn't have more post characters or you would have died
You've
there.
captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
You hear Wolf behind, and he just ulted. Okay. But you should have been turning way earlier for that Wolverine. I don't know if you heard him or not.
Hostiles up front.
But now the rest of your team start to really move in. So like I said, getting to like this spot is really good for you, for like right here. This upper section by yourself where is just not really good. Also, this is again what I said, target priority. Even though there's an ult going off, the healers are still healing for free in there. You're not going to kill through with that with your current comp, so you need to focus the healers so it takes stress off your team so they can actually kill the tanks. Oh, or you guys. Okay, never mind. And Wolverine's behind you. Sounds like. See, actually. Oh, no, he's below. Oh, he came behind you. Okay. You need to focus the white box here. Nice.
Keep fighting until we have a winner. Double KO.
Alright. And you guys could just.
All right. Let's warm up.
Nope. Alright. So. Alright. Coming up here. This is. This spot actually. If you're playing dive, this is a really good spot. Like for your Spider-Man or Daredevil. Hit the game with. You have health packs back here. You have this drop down spot to like get into the back line. Or you walk back here for free and then take this back angle. You have a lot of good stuff to do on dive, but it's not very good on poke because you're so isolated.
Force burst. A little help, please.
Heavy weapons.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
I think the problem kind of just leaving your team alone a lot of the time. Like going into turret here isn't doing much, especially when you know your team's getting dived by Captain America. They need that help more than the turret.
Capture the mission area.
Like the spots you're choosing to hold up in as Punisher just aren't helping your team because it's not getting the Captain America off the back line. You're not really able to shoot the Human Torch as effectively in turret form as you are in your base. And like anytime your enemies get close up in compromising positions, you're not really able to follow up with the rest of your team. This is just more of a positioning thing. And positioning again, you should never be like right here. You should at least be pushed up to hold this threshold. And it doesn't really matter where you hold it, you can be. This is a really good spot. You have cover to play behind. You have a health pack like right here. And you can see a bunch of what they want to do. You can shoot this down. You can shoot, you shoot this down. Get free sights into their entire back line. There's a lot you could do here. And then you also see, hey, I see someone up here. They're gonna go this way. They're gonna dive my back line over here. I feel like the biggest problem you have is your positioning. It doesn't really feel like you know where you should position. This is also on your healers as well because they shouldn't be just right here. And you should tell them we need to push up. So it's easier for us to like win these situations. That's why communication is really important. If you notice when you're playing with me, I'm always going to be pushed up in these situations. Be ready to dive earlier. Because another big thing is when you're open in this center area, your healers are so open to die from so many angles. Even if they come through main, even if they come through up here, there's like nowhere for them to defend themselves. If you're pushed up, it's harder for them, the rest of their team, to get value with the rest of their team diving. Your healers can have more safety. If they're like placed up right here, they can go this way. Or like placed up right here, they can go inside this way. They can have options, but if you're just all centered in this middle portion, it's very, very, very bad. And when you see our team practice, we should never be doing that. I've talked with our healers, and they're just like, those are things they should not be doing, especially when they know playing off me. I'm sure if you watch the games we've had, it's something you'll see. Here, this is fine for you to just use shotgun. You don't need to keep that out the entire time, but I understand. You almost got him. I don't know why you saw Mr. Fantastic here, but
A shield fit for a king.
we'll see.
Feeling fantastic.
They're double dive now, so you need to be able to make sure your team lives the dive. Okay, so I'm realizing here that you don't understand what your opponent's really game plan is. Like, when you force him out at this point and he's backing up, like, he's not going to be back in the fight for quite a while. He needs to go get a health pack, he needs to wait for his cooldown to be back, and then it's just like, these are 10 seconds cooldowns. When you force the Black Panther out, when you force the Captain America out, you should not keep searching for them as Mr. Fantastic. One of the biggest problems is you don't have the mobility to keep up with them. So this is the time you stop searching for the Black Panther, for the Captain America, when you've dealt with them and they backed up. You know they're low health, that you know they use all their cooldowns. You need to look for the Mac, you need to look for their Namor. Because at that point, because both their dives have no cooldowns, no health, it's a 4v6. And that's very, very winnable. So you just hard push into the rest of their team, make it so they back up, so they have resources, no resources. So when the Captain America, Black Panther come back in, that they just have nothing and they just die for free. So you probably lose this fight here. So you don't want to really... Actually, you kind of have to use ult here and just try and survive. Alright. You're never going to be able to catch this Black Hand. You really shouldn't be trying to follow him. And that's a problem with Mr. Fantastic, not really a problem with you. Your character is just meant to be in the front line and stand like like Blade. You're more of a brawly type character, and therefore you're never really meant to catch that dive type character. Meaning, in situations where you're facing high mobility dive, it's really hard for Mr. Fantastic or Blade to actually get the kills they need, just based off of how their character's made. That's really unfortunate for you because like you're trying your best here, and at some points it's just like you can't physically follow up on them. So either you need to know what to do, which in this case was stop focusing on the Black Panther and Captain America when they backed up, and push towards the rest of the team, or you need to make sure you have characters that can be able to follow up on the dive. Alright. I do want to see some of your Wolverine gameplay and comp, as I know you've been practicing that character a lot. And some of your dive. Seeing some of your dive would be helpful. So this is a really big thing at this rank. Like you guys should be pushed up already in this section. And so you should be telling your team, hey, can we push up and play right here?
Our enemies are near.
Playing really this far back is really bad for the rest of your team. And this is the same thing again. Their entire team is focused on now the squishy GPS rather than the big tank that is supposed to take the damage. When you're playing Blade, that's something you really have to be aware of. Because guess what? Bucky probably died because of you. Because they saw you push up some, so they used bubble, so when you retreated, you would have something to have. And now Bucky, playing over here, isn't going to have that burst healing. Because they spent a lot of time looking at you, Bucky didn't get him that attention. So, this is physically something you can see based off of how you're playing that affected the rest of your teammates. Obviously, Bucky was also behind this, so he probably would have died anyway. But if you played a little bit more carefully, and we should assume, what if our teammates do better? That way, if you do better as well, like what happens? Your team will quite literally play better if you play better. Everyone else will see what you're doing. It's like, oh, I can play off that. But you just need to be aware of when you're going into Blade. And especially in a team comp like this, like, you need to be aware of what you can do. Like, see, that's what Blade's good at. You have you have lifesteal, and you're just brawling at a tank. You're able to exist forever on that tank. However, you can not do that without the support of your team. You need a tank to direct attention away. You need so the rest of their team doesn't entirely focus you, or you need like healers to be healing you. When you're taking away a lot of resources, if you're doing something with them, that's fine, but you cannot just do it and believe, hey, I can just do this by myself the entire time. Otherwise, you just die. And this is going to be a really bad matchup for Blade because these are two really high damage characters, and they're going to shred you whenever you go in. So when you see these two characters, As Blade, you should just swap because just like high damage. I'm not, and he can follow up on me. High damage and has a lot of movement, so even if I get close, I'm not going to be able to kill her. And these are, again, character problems, not people problem. As long as you can recognize that, that's fine. And swap who from the perfect character. I think dive, like as your Spider-Man, as your Daredevil, it would be really good here. And I think it's a big proponent of, you know, why you should have quite a few characters. Like if you look at the characters I play a lot of tanks. I play like 2/3 of the tanks in the game because if we look at this situation, even though dive I think would be really good here, you have Spider-Man and you have Daredevil banned. I'm not sure what other dives you play besides that. Actually, we can go check. We can. If, no. So, but you only have 4 characters listed here. If they were to go scorched earth and ban the all these characters, you have little you're comfortable with. Of course, you have your punishers and you have your stuff, but that's just really, really hard for other people to work with if you don't have a lot of characters. Because Daredevil, Spidey, those are good characters. Midnight works in a lot of situations. I wouldn't say Mr. Fantastic works with as many situations, but Wolverine also works in a lot of situations. But in cases like this, when you're banned out, and that's something that's likely going to happen in this tournament, what do you do? And even not in this tournament, even in ranks, like when it's just like, oh, dive would be amazing here. I think dive would be really good here. Or you don't have the character pool to really support that. And this is going to impact your own enjoyment of the game, as I said as well. It's just like, what do I do here now? I don't know why your team banned Penny, Squirrel Girl. Those are 2 horrible bans. But this is something that will impact your both your rankings and everything. As well, you should probably swap tank in these situations because having one tank is one of the worst situations of the game because triple healer only does well if there are 2 tanks because you need that amount of people to heal, and you will always get support off later if it's just one tank. With how the current heal system is, if you remember how they changed that. But as Blade, your biggest priority here is like thing. Someone who not easily can get away from you. Just try and brawl out and kill the tanks. Or like brawl out Captain America and kill them and then get to the rest of their team. Either way, this Thor is up really far, so you should be playing with this Thor actually. You should be playing with this Thor as he's forcing them to back up. This would be an excellent time for you to actually get in there and use the blade ability. Slice and dice, like he says. This would be the perfect opportunity for that. But when your tank's really in there, you really should be playing with them. Like, this is actually the perfect opportunity for you to pop out this blade. Like, that was pretty good. That was probably the best play I've seen so far. Like, getting in there at the right time, then having your ult at a really good time as well. Oh, you push up Star-Lord. Like, with health steal, you just win that fight. especially in that closed area, he can't really get away from you, especially with the blade buffs. It feels like you have a really hard time recognizing the moments where you're really, really good at.
I had you covered. This time.
You weren't invisible to me. This is the main target.
You are nothing!
Open season.
They got
As
behind
good
you!
as new. Slice and dice. And die!
You're right. Here comes the bad guys.
Yeah, but Captain America is just a hard problem. It's gonna be for really any of the characters. And so I would I would say knowing 3 of your characters are banned here. I don't really know what characters you want to learn besides Wolverine. Cyclops is a big help, I think. But you but like Star-Lord is very good against dive. She's like with poke, a bunch of situations. I wish I had a list of characters you want to learn besides Wolverine, because I honestly at this point I've just been very busy. I don't remember the characters you want to learn, but it's something to help. In these situations you just have more fun because at this point you don't have a lot of options character pool wise, and that's one of the problems with having what I would say a small character pool, which is like 4 or 5 characters in a single role. Which obviously that's a decent amount, but like in ranked when there are 6 bands, well, it doesn't. It's not enough really, because this doesn't. This isn't targeted at you. If I played, just say, let's just say I played Thor, Penny, Thing, and Cap. If 3 of those 4 characters get banned, I'm out of luck. Like Penny, Thing, Cap banned for some reason, or never. This isn't a this isn't a thing of necessarily your pool in particular. This is like anyone who has a list of characters that they want to play and they can't play like
Takes a lot more than that to pull. Silver bullet.
a lot in each role, that it's hard for you to just work in these situations or feel comfortable in these situations.
As good as new.
All right. I would say this is a really big point. I would actually try and look for an ult for you here because they're about to get their ults, and I don't know if you ult track, but at least for me, I've noticed, hey, I don't think they have their ults yet. So when they don't have their ults, DPS ults are always the best compared to any other ult in the game. So you should be looking for the backline and being like, okay, I can ult immediately.
Open season.
If you don't ult track, I would say that's something you should get in the habit of, and I can send you a video of that.
There's no chance to stop them!
Don't forget you can shoot Phoenix Soul. Try and shoot it if you can, with the rest of the team.
I am ready to put on a show!
It's like, that was almost a perfect blade ult, but you know. Now their team has little back. More importantly, when you use blade ult, try and use it into your team. Like, say, you come this way, you go up these stairs, and then try and do it from behind. So from here to back here. That way, you're not like totally stuck in their back line, and they kill you for free. That's one of the big problems with just plain old in general.
I've always walked the line between the living and
So you're back. You're down one. Alright. Dude, just lose this fight. Unfortunately.
This won't be the first time that Manhattan's future was secured through a trade. And the tablet is a price I'm more than willing to pay.
Better stop that vehicle!
Yeah, but try and just play tanks there. It would help a lot for your team. Obviously, you really don't. I understand you're a DPS player, and you'd rather do that, but... Alright. Well, Wolf is good at a lot of things. She's not a high movement character. Like Captain America has his dash, he has his shield slam, he has his shield bash. But you as not Captain America, you as Wolverine only have your grab. And that doesn't work very well with the thing either, because you can't displace thing. So I would say Wolverine's not really a good pick here either. Because it's hard for you to catch anyone, and like I said, these two Wolf struggles into high damage comps, and these two are really, really high damage. Like, the problem you're facing here isn't really gonna be a character problem. I mean, not really a new problem, it's a problem of the character you picked in the first place. Like, Wolverine, like Punisher, Star-Lord, Phoenix, hella, anyone who does a lot of raw damage, Wolverine struggles into. And when it's really hard for you to grab Captain America in the first place, like, you got insane, like, lucky here that you got to grab him. For Thing, who can't be displaced, like, your kit doesn't work very well to any of these characters. And this is why it's so important to know multiple characters, because you can, like, of course you can win these matches if you really try, if you really knew Wolf, but, like, you have to work so much harder to win these matches than if you just go Star-Lord. Of course, it doesn't have to be Star-Lord. I'm just saying Star-Lord because it's the best one. There's many options. But in order for that to happen, you have to know any of these options. And it's the same with Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic doesn't really work into the high damage comps because he wants to roll on the front line. But these two can be damage from far away. Captain America's going to be flying at your back line. And it's going to be really hard for you to catch up to him. And then Thing is a character that can just outlast you with his bonus up. Like, these are situations where it is just a problem. Like, Flame was probably your best character into this because it works best with Gore. It could actually follow up on situations with the dashes, but Mr. Fantastic just can't. Doesn't have that movement or anything. Nor, again, do you have the damage to really kill through ult or to run into supports when they're playing it correctly. Oh wait, do you guys win this? That's so crazy. Well, I guess you did help them by ulting and getting them away from spawn, but like, that's crazy.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
So, oh, you do play Star-Lord. Okay, that's really good.
Weird stuff in my day, but this time hullabaloo?
Okay. I can give a lot more help with this. So, as Star-Lord, you never want to really be going through straight main here. Obviously, you haven't gotten here yet, but if you want to be going on this left side to try an off angle, or these boxes have a breakable wall right here, and you want to break this wall immediately, so you don't have to go through main if you don't want to. Really, really important.
That takes the cake.
But Star looks really good here because you can actually follow up on Captain America because you're a high movement, high damage character. You can follow Captain America when he's trying to get out and then kill him. And do enough damage to where he actually wants to get off the rest of your team. You want to be close to Captain America, like almost close enough for him to hit you. So you do the most damage,
Some sort of squids? Great.
but like still. Very good swap, very good swap.
Sweet moves, right?
Nice, 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 nice. This is really good. Fun fact, every use of this ability, if you do it in the enemy backline, gives you about 30% ult charge. You're one of the fastest farming ult charges in the game. Wolverine and Star-Lord, those two just farm so fast, so they're always going to be good. And even Punisher, so like, if you want ult farm characters, those are three really good ones. Yeah. It would be really good if you flew up here. Oh, come on. Flew up here and then like went into this back line. And especially on dive characters like Star-Lord. If you wanna I swear, isn't there a health pack over here? I'm thinking of the other side then. Is this one on top? Yeah. So there's a health pack up here on top, and then is in the bottom down here. Yeah. So you want to know where these health packs are because you don't want to be waiting on your team for those heals. But you remember what I said earlier? You guys got that thing kill. So this is a point. After you get this thing kill, you need a hard push. You cannot let them get advantage here again. If you are not able to steamroll this, it's really bad for you because you just stall out everything and they can get this portal. And this is only already at 60%. It's 51%. You need to act quickly. And it seems like that's something you don't have a lot of. You don't have an ease of ability to do. Acting really fast in these situations, even though it's really important for you to do so. And I don't know, and I feel like you just, and again, this is something we talked about a lot. You're just kind of standing in the open there, allowing them to shoot you for free. If you went in the back, up here, and we're shooting, if you were up here shooting downwards, supplying some cover, got this health pack, or like you came all the way back here, you're shooting in the back, knowing the healers a lot. And so those are really good. You're just not doing much main. And I get this really hard to figure out and do. Especially with controller. And I have been some controller settings these will like help aim faster. Not that I would recommend doing it right now, so close to the turning, maybe after it. And of course, if you want help after the turning as well, I'm down to do so. But your Star-Lord doesn't look like you're very comfortable with it. And that's okay. If you want to keep playing Star-Lord, I have a lot of Star-Lord help. Okay, at this point, you see the sound, you push hard. I don't know why you're invisible tier. That's so stupid. That's genuinely one of the most stupid invisible types I've ever seen because it does nothing. Because they're good. Okay, this is such a stupid. That's so stupid that this works. The Dino would have been enough to Okay, so this is if you're ever on healer, this is why you call them who support us first, because both teams just double support us it. And that's so stupid that that happened. More importantly, your Invis shouldn't have used ult here at all. And honestly, neither should your Cloak and Dagger. They should have waited a bit if they were going to counter ult this. Because you have nothing for the name or ult, you have nothing cap ult, etc. But at this point, you kind of just want to sit in. You don't want to go here. You want to farm your ult because you know if you die here, it's genuinely horrible. Like, probably the worst thing in the game because you solo win this entire thing if you live. Okay. Because what you want to do, knowing there's just a portal so you can't kill anything, is you play inside the ult, you farm your ult, and then as soon as those ults end, you ult. Like, you ult this immediately. You know they have this world. They can't stop you. Alright, nice. Late on the trigger, but good idea. Very good idea. Very good idea. Very, very good idea. Keep going forward. They can't stop you. They can't stop you. Yeah, nice. We're gonna have to get you more comfortable on Star-Lord, but like, that was very good. That was a very, very good play. You should be proud of that one. But I would say, from what I'm seeing, your biggest problem is Captain America. And I'm gonna guess by association of that, other really hard divey characters. And you don't really know how to deal with them. That's something I think we can practice in the firing range, and then we can go in games and just practice on as well. But you're not really using Star-Lord's third ability, this ability where he flies. It just has like free movement. If you notice that, you're just not really using any of it. So that's something you should really, really work on. If you want to keep learning Star-Lord. If you have another character you prefer, we can go over that. But Star-Lord would be good for basically every situation. Even if he's getting nerfed here. Okay, this is a moment where it seems good in theory, but it's actually not really good. You never want to really be sitting on a card. What you should do is you should have one healer sit on card, one of either of these, and you're actually going to notice. I told Sarah this in particular. I told Sarah that she is our card princess. She's the one who's going to sit on card, and then the rest of our team is going to push up. You never really want to just be sitting here on card, because it doesn't do anything to your team. It's actually really bad because if the rest of your team is really pushed up here, like this, you can hold the enemy team out for a very, very, very long time. And get farther by having one person on card than you would by having three people on card but having no one pushed up, so they can't because they come back instantly. You're gonna see that a lot in high level lobbies, and because you're not there, it's just like it's easier for them to just get killed for free. Like this is something that's actively hurting the team, you just being on card and not pushing up and not doing anything. It would be the same case on Blade, it would seem I'm fantastic. This is not a character problem, this is a you problem in this situation. Because if you were more pushed up, this Cloak and Dagger would have been farther back and like not get comfortable to ult and get to your guys' card. Maybe the counter would have died. We don't know because you're not there. And for the sake of argument, let's say you did want to push up. One place that's really nice is this back area. You can come walk up here, have freestyle legs down. You see this middle part, and then leads all the way to the back here. Or if you come directly through here, it's really, really nice to play in this little concentrated building. Have sideways back, and then because of style, you can retreat to this health pack, and then come from a different angle. If you really wanted to, there's this section on the back here where you can walk all the way back here, and then end up looking at their back line from a relatively secluded spot. I wouldn't really play under here because it's just easy to shoot, but like you have options. Plus, this leads all the way back here if you really wanted to. And then it's like perfect place for Star Lordle because they have nowhere to retreat. Yeah, but you gotta be aware of these other options. We already talked about you standing up in video things, so I'm not gonna say any more about it. But this is a good push. Ooh, your double diamond might die here. That's good. But don't just use this in the back. Try and use it more offensively. Actually, this is a quite good use of it. Using it when Captain America is diving your team so you get guaranteed damage on him is a really good option. But so that one, my mistake. That one's actually really good. Um, but you should be trying to use it in your back line while you're flying. Okay, this is very good. And this is like where the reason is so good. Like he's in the back line and you're doing so much damage that you can immediately pull him off. Of course, there's a hello going on. That's not your fault. The hello, you have two support ults. Your team really shouldn't be dying there. But like that on the Namor, that was a very good play. Okay. At this point, combining Mantle with Gerald is really good because you can just walk them down. Nice! Good way to recognize on that. At this point, when you see this, don't stay in the ult if you see like the invisible because you've already gotten your value. You can just back up, and with the Magneto, you kind of want to live. You can honestly with the Magneto, you can just like not fire into it. That way he doesn't get charged off that. Yeah, but like this, when you're just in their backline with this E, this is really good. Unfortunate that your team lost that, so. But you guys are up one ult now because you had a really, really good ult. So, in theory, your team should be able to win this immediately. Next fight. But, pop quiz, at what point should you have backed up in that last fight? What point do you just say this fight is lost? It is when you have two people down. So, if you could be more cognizant of that for next time, it'll help a lot. But I think this is like a good amount of things we have to work on. I'm gonna keep watching this now, but you've had some good plays here. It looks like you're just lagging a lot here as well, which I'm sure hurts. Or it might be controller movement, I'm not familiar with it. Yeah. But this Punisher is ultra free because you use your ult properly. You should really be the one focusing on this back line and your tank should be focusing on holding front line. Did you guys stack there? Your team's just bad. They don't communicate at all. I'm gonna be honest, this is a good ult idea, but like, you need to focus not on Captain America, you need to focus on the back line there. Because you're not gonna be able to kill the Captain America without killing that back line. And that Captain America probably died if you didn't. If you focus on their back line. And that was a winnable game. Okay, a lot of these mistakes are on you, but you're not. The entire game is not entirely dependent on you. If you play better, your team's way more likely to play better and have a situation where they just come out and win these. I don't have time to VOD review any more games for you right now, but I'm not really sure it'll help because I see a lot of big glaring weaknesses that I feel like we need to work on first. I'm good. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play. Oh my god, my shading. I'm gonna play one game of Star-Lord. I guess it could be really any dive character, but I'm gonna play one game of Star-Lord and I'm just gonna walk you through my thought process, where you should go.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Someone's got to guard the galaxy. Might as well be me.
I'm just gonna, as well, just like not care what the rest of my team's team comp is. Because I really want to focus on helping you in this regard. Whereas... Oh my god.
Escape pod ready. Opening escape capsule.
Yeah.
Right from one cosmic disaster to the next. Story of my life.
30 seconds before you attack.
But like here, you're gonna see I'm gonna take the far left path, I'm gonna take the far right path. I might be in the middle brawling for a bit.
But you're one of the best spies in the world, Natasha.
Ooh.
Your powers make my decades of
I don't know why
study
that happens.
obsolete.
God, laptops are weird.
Thanks. Now, would you mind telling my brother that?
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
We can capture
Looks like
this
you're
zone.
my new guardian,
That's
huh?
so weird. My
Guess you'll have to
mouse doesn't want to seem to work. Okay. I'm lagging here. Oh, come on. Well, I'm lagging, so this will not be very good. I cannot get the ability since I need off.
Could use some love here.
But I'm gonna get this health back. I shouldn't have much healing there.
Watch out. They got a sniper.
But I'm gonna go up here, and then I'm gonna...
Time to board.
Oh, what the heck? I didn't think they'd just
Sniper to worry about. I'll patch you up.
be like that right there.
Another fearsome foe.
Our enemies are
vehicle to its destination.
Yeah, I'm lagging really hard, so it's hard for me to keep up here.
My anger is
But, like, just seeing like this causes them to back up so much, even by me not doing much, dodging a lot of damage. Of course, now... I can't properly peek that, but if I could, it would help a lot. I'd pop that there, that way they can't follow me if they really wanted to. Oh! Huh? That man's just insane. I should destroy that beacon. But I had to run there for that reason rush each other. But even if you're not getting the kills,
Oh, sweet moves, right?
Still got an
keep going. Shields up.
Oh, did you see that?
if I wasn't lagging here, this would be such a good ult. I mean, so good. The swap.
Hey,
Come on, let me heal you.
just what the doctor ordered.
But this Mitch is just trying to hard follow me, as you can see. And I can just get out. Well, she can't. If I go on this Black Panther, he used the cooldown, so now he can't die of my team. So now this is a really good time to push up, as I know Black Panther can't push up onto my team. So now Black Panther can probably push back. Something to be aware of. Yep, he's there. So I need to try and deal with him. I'm sorry for this. It's just not a really good game to... Alright, so this... Oh, no. It's winnable. We're like 2 apiece. Oh, nah.
Those guys are about to shoot at us.
Kinda.
Time to park. Got a power
Get that
back up
vehicle
first.
moving again.
Alright. I'm looking for this Black Panther for this my team. This sucks.
See there? Sniper.
I hear someone behind me. I think he healed me there. That was very helpful. Should probably destroy this and put on like an actual health pack.
Shields up.
Yeah,
Vehicle
like
reached a checkpoint.
that's how easy you can kill stuff with Cyborg. If I wasn't lagging, I could do that more often.
Sniping at us. Someone scratch my back.
Like, why am I jumping between such high ping?
Mind the exploding plasma. I'm a bit.
But with this ult, I really should push here. I pushed a Mantis with alone. Alright, I'm gonna go in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I really can't get anyone here. But I'm gonna play in a safe spot for distraction. They swap to Luna. I'm just gonna poke here and then I'm gonna force an ult out.
Anything standing your way.
See there?
Teleportation time. Yeah.
They're gonna ult this Jeff. Alright, and that's 2 kills, so we probably win this. Oh! That's my first death! There's no way I die to a widow first.
Let's try this again.
So close! This is your big chance!
Yeah, but that's with Star-Lord.
How's it going?
You just want to be weaving in and out.
First!
I can't help you as much with brawly type characters, just because the only brawly type of characters I really play are
Epic victory!
tanks. But hopefully this helps you something. Alright, that's all I can record for now. But when we play later, I'm gonna look forward to seeing how you improve. Alright, see